Okay, so fine, we'll just move on to your 27th question. And your 27th question is going to deal about the three persons, namely Ram, Shyam, and Mohan. These three people is going to run at the speed of 75, 50, and 30 minutes per minute respectively. And you have to find after how much time they're going to meet together at the first time running at the time, speed, and distance. So now you have to find the LCM for the three numbers, that is 75, 30, and again 30. So we'll go with the two first. 2 3s are 6, and sorry, 275 will not go. So as it is, you're gonna write the 75 here. And now 225s are, and again 215s are, you're gonna write here. Okay, so this is 50, the second one. And now again you're going to go with a 3. 325s are 25 as it is, 3 5s are 15. Now you people can go with a 5. 5 5s are 25, 5 5s are 25, 5 1s are 5. Go with a 5 again. So now multiply 2 into 3 into 5 into 5. You people gonna get 150 minutes. Okay, so now you have got 150 minutes. So that is as your LCM, and they're asking you that at what time they're going to meet, and they're asking you everything they have given you in the minutes. So 150 minutes can be converted in the hours. Why you have to convert in the hours? Because if you see the options, your options are there in the hours. Okay, so 150 divided by 60, you're gonna get 5 by 2 hours. So that's the reason your option D, that is your fourth one, is the correct answer. Moving on to your 28th question. At what rate a sum of 6,000 will amounts to 7,800 in 5 years? So this is the question from your simple interest chapter. And let's find out here. So here you have to find the rate. Okay, and they had given you the sum, that is 6,000, and they have given you the amount 7,800. Time they have given you 5 years. So use the formula. Before using the formula, we'll find the simple interest, that is 7,800 minus 6,000. You people gonna get 1,800 as a simple interest. Okay, that means whatever the amount you have borrowed, the principal amount minus the final amount, you're gonna get the simple interest. Use the formula. Simple interest is equal to PRT by 100, that is principal into rate into time divided by 100. And here you have simple interest as 1,800. P is 6,000. R you have to find. So write the R as it is, into 5 divided by 100. And then 0, 0 if you want, you can cancel, or we can go with a cross multiplication too over here. So let us go with a cross multiplication itself. So that is nothing but R is equal to 1,800 into 100 divided by 6,000 into 5. Okay, so now you can cancel the zeros, and then if you do all the kind of multiplication, finally you come across R is equal to 6%. So I can tell your option D is the correct answer. So hope you all understood with your 27th as well as the 26th. Now I'll go 27 and the 28th. Now I'll go with your 29th question. All of you have a look into your 29th question now. What will be the depth of a pond whose volume is 729 meter cube? This one you have to find. Options are given for you where we have to find the depth. So let's go with the solution. Depth of a cubical pond, which is equal to cube root of 729 meter cube, is nothing but cube root of 729, which is equal to 9 meter. So 9 into 9 into 9 will give you 729. So I can tell my option A is the correct answer. Coming on to your 30th one, evaluate 3 into 7 plus 4 minus 6 divided by 3 minus 7 plus 45 divided by 5 into 4 plus 49. So this is the question again from the simplification chapter. With the usage of Wibodmus rule, you have to solve this. Come, let's solve. 2 3 7s are 21 plus 4 minus 6 divided by 3 can be written like this too, and 6 divided by 3 minus 7 plus 45 divided by 5 into 4 plus 49. And now 21 plus 4, 25, minus 2, minus 7, plus 36, plus 49. And now you're going to get it 110 minus 9. If you're going to add and if you're going to subtract, so finally 101, you're going to get the answer. So I can tell option A is the correct answer for your 30th question. So come, let's move on to your next question. That's your question number 31. Okay, so let's move on to your 31st question. Let's see what is there in your question number 31. So in what time a train whose length is 100 meter moving with a speed of 60 kilometer per hour crosses the platform whose length is 150 meter? This is your question. We have already solved these kind of question. So directly I'll go with the solution here. Length of train. So what will be the length of train? That is 100 meter. And when I come to the length of the platform. So what is the length of the platform? That is 150 meter. They have already given this and they have already given you the speed too, where speed is 60 kilometer per hour. So now 60 into 5 by 18. When you wanted to convert meter to kilometer, you're going to use this formula. So that is 65. So 60 into 5 divided by 18, you're going to get 50 by 3 by simplifying it meter per second. So therefore you have to find the required time. So required time is equal to 100 plus 150 divided by 50 by 3, which can also be written it as 250 into 3 by 50, because 100 plus 50 will give you 250. And again, this is divided by, if you do further simplification part, you're gonna get 5 ones are 5 fives are 5 threes are, it is how much? 15. So what's your answer there? 15 second is your answer. That's your option A is the correct answer. So hope you all understood with your 31st one. Let me go on with your 32nd one. So all of you have a look into your 32nd question. Ashu, it's a question regarding the Ashu. Ashu is the person who is going to take the 12 days to complete one particular work, and Pranav is the one person who is going to take 10 days to complete the same work which has been given for Ashu. And Ashu, Pranav and Ramu, if they are working together, they're going to take 5 days to complete the same work. And you have to find how many days the Ramu is going to take to complete the same work. Let's move on with the solution. That is, Ashu's 1 day work will be equal to 1 by 12. Okay, and then in the same way, when I come to Pranav 1 day work will be equal to 1 by 10. And in the same way, when I take Ashu, Pranav and Ram, 1 day work will be equal to 1 by 5. So now all the things, that is Ramu's 1 day work, you have to find. And when you wanted to find Ramu's 1 day work, what you people have to do? You have to 1 minus 1 by 5 minus 1 by 12 plus 1 by 10 you have to do, which is nothing but 1 by 5 minus 1 by 12 minus 1 by 10. Ma'am, why minus 1 by 10? Because plus, I'm just taking it outside, so it will become plus into minus is minus. And now if you're going to take the LCM of 5, 12 and 10, you people will get 60 divided by, take the first part of the fraction 1 by 5, multiply with 60, you're going to get to 12, put the minus sign. Take the second part of the fraction 1 by 2, multiply with the 60, you people going to get to 5, and minus, take the third part of the fraction 1 by 10, multiply with the 60, you people are going to get the 6. So now 12 minus 11 divided by 60, which will give you 1 by 60. That means 60 days your answer. The Ramu is going to take 60 days to complete his 1 day's work. So option C is your correct answer. Now moving on to your 33rd question, where they had given you the LCM of 28. The LCM of two number is 28 and 28 times of the HCF, and when you take the sum of LCM and HCF, you have got 1740. In that, one of the number is 240. You have to find the another number. Okay, so since we don't know, let the HCF be X and LCM be 28x. So now if you're gonna add both the terms, that is x plus 28x, which will give you 1740, which is nothing but 29x is equal to 1740. So where x is equal to 1740 divided by 29, which will give you 60. Now you got to know HCF as 60. With the help of HCF, we can find the LCM, isn't it? LCM is equal to 28x, which is equal to 28 into 60. You are going to get 1680. And the next one, the required, therefore, the required other number will be equal to HCF into LCM divided by the first number, where your HCF is 60, LCM is 1680, and the first number is 240, and when you divide all the things, when you multiply, finally you arrive at the answer of 420, where your option A is the correct answer in your question number 33. So now, students, moving on to your next question, question number 34. So all of you have a look into your question number 34. What does your 34th question is going to tell you? 4 clock is going to ring at the time interval of 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 12 seconds, 18 seconds respectively. And if these bells are ringing together at the 12 a.m., you have to find how many times this will be ringing together within the time span of 6 minutes you have to find. So when I move on with the solution, you have to find the time interval of 6, 8, 12, 18. Take the LCM of these numbers. 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 2 6 are 12, 2 9s are 18. Again, we can go with the 3, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 9 as it is. Again, I can go with the 2, 2 1s are 2, 3 as it is, even 3 as it is, 9 as it is. I can go with the 3, 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9. Again, I can go with the 3, 3 1s are 1, 1, 1. And finally, 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3, that is 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24, 24 3s are, you people gonna get 72 as your answer. So 72 seconds you have got, but they're asking in the minutes. That means you have to find out how many times it is. So let's do it at, so in 6 minutes, they will ring, that is 6 into 60, that divided by 72, which will give you 5 times. So the bells are gonna ring 5 times after one and the another. Okay, hope you all got with this. So now let me go with your next one. So all of you have a look into your 35th question. What is the least multiple of 23 which when divided by 18, 21 and 24, it's gonna leave you the remainder of 7, 10 and 13 respectively. So let's find the LCM first. LCM of 18, 21 and 24, you're gonna get 504. Okay, so now they are asking leaving the remainder 7, isn't it? So 18 minus 7, you will get 11. 21 minus 10, that means the second part you're gonna take 10, you're gonna get 11. And again the third one, 24 minus 13, you're gonna get 11. So 10, 13, 7, it's there in the question itself. So therefore I can tell the required number will be equal to 504 K, that is 5,04,000 plus 11. So put K, which is going to satisfy the option B. Why? Because I'm just putting the K here instead of writing 3 zeros. That is 504 K plus 11. So I'll just tell you why I have written K. Put K, which is equal to 6, satisfies the option B, that is nothing but 504 inside the bracket 6 minus 11, which gonna give you 3024 minus 11, which is nothing but 3013. That's nothing but your option B is the correct answer. So this is the solution for your 35th one. So students, now let me go with your 36th question. So all of you have a look into your 36th question. So a milkman has a 2 cans of milk, okay, and it's going to contain the 75 liter of milk, and also another is 45 liter of milk respectively, and you have to find the measure of the largest vessel here. That is nothing but taking the HCF of 45 and 75. 45 ones are 45, 45 minus 75, you people will get 30 divided by 45. 32s are, it is okay, 31s are 30, you can take 30, and then 15 is the remainder, 30, 52s are 30. So your answer is 15 liter. That means your option C is the correct answer. Moving on to your 37th question. A table was being purchased for a cost of 1000 and you are selling the same table for 800 rupees, and you have to find whether you have got the gain or the loss percentage. So what is the CP of the table here? That is 1000 rupees. And what is the SP, the selling price? That is 800 rupees. And since SP is less than the CP, there is a loss. So what is the loss here? 200 rupees is the loss. So now let's find the loss percentage. Use the formula loss divided by CP into 100. So 20, 20, 10, 10 get cancelled, and now you have got 2 into 10 is 20. So 20% is your correct answer, and your option C is the correct answer. Okay, so now students, hope you all got this how to do. Let me go on with your 38th question. So all of you can have a look into your question number 38. Yes, we are all just moving to 38. Look into the question. The average weight of a 6 boys, okay, the average weight of the 6 boys has been increased by 5 kg, and the weight of 20 kg which has been placed in the weight of a new boy, and you have to find what is the weight of the new boy. Let's move on with the solution. Increased in total weight, how much total weight which has been increased, we have to find that first. That is 6 into 5, which is nothing but 30 kg, and therefore the weight. So then what is the weight of the new boy? So the weight of the new boy will be equal to 30 plus 20, which will be giving you 50 kg. That means your option B is your correct answer. Now let's move on to your 39th question. Have a look into your 39th question. A man covers the distance, okay, a man is going to cover the distance of 40 kilometer, and is going to cover first 10 kilometer, okay, and again he's going to cover 10 kilometer per hour, and the second 10 kilometer at 20 kilometer per hour, 30 kilometer, and then respectively at the last is going to cover by 10 kilometer and the 40 kilometer, and you have to find the average speed. So average speed, use a formula which is equal to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Total distance travel divided by total time taken. 10 by 10, okay, 10 by 10 plus 10 by 20, the second one. The third one 10 by 30, and the fourth one 10 by 40. And what is the average speed? In the first one they have given total distance 40. Students, take the LCM of 10, 20, 30, 40. You're gonna get the LCM. Okay, so this is the total time taken. Just have to write ulta. I'll just tell you how to write. See here. Oh shit. Okay, see here 10 by 10. So here 40 divided by, you have to, okay, so 40 divided by, when you substitute all these things, you're gonna get 25 by 12, which is equal to 40 into 12 divided by 25. You people gonna get 19.2 kilometer per hour. Okay, so that is your option B is the correct answer, and this is the solution for your 39th question. So now let me move on to your 40th question. Have a look into your question number 40. What does the question is going to tell you? If the rectangular area of a garden is 5-meter breadth and is 300 square meter, what is the length of the garden? So here we have to find the length of the garden, which is equal to breadth divided by what is the area, that is 5. 300 by 5, you're gonna get 60 meter. That is your option A, and option A is the correct answer. Okay, so now students, moving on to your 41st question. So all of you have a look into your 41st question. So if a square number is being added for the square of 28, that it's going to result in 1808, and what is the number you have to find? So since we don't know the number, so let the number be x. Okay, so therefore we can tell x square plus 28 whole square will give you 1808. So I can tell x square is 1808 minus 784, that is nothing but 28 into 28, you're gonna get 784. I can tell x square is equal to 1024. So a square, I'm going to get it as a square root, that is x is equal to square root of 1024. You're gonna get 32 as your answer, and your option C is the correct answer. Okay, so coming on to the next question. The cost of the dozen of the pens is 180 rupees, and the cost of the 8 ball pens is 56 rupees. And when you find the ratio of a pen to the cost of the ball pen, what it is the ratio you have to find? So let's go with the solution, that is cost of each pen. So what will be the cost of each pen? 180 divided by 12. That means a dozen is going to represent 12. You're gonna get answer as 15. And when I come to the next part, the cost of each ball pen, what will be the cost of each ball pen then? That is 56 divided by 8. You're gonna get rupees 7. Okay, so therefore the required ratio. So what's the ratio? You all know that the ratio can be written in the format of fraction. So that is nothing but 15:7, and your option A is the correct answer. Okay, so now let's go with your 43rd question. So all of you have a look into your question number 43. So what does your question number 43 is going to tell you? A truck, okay, there is one truck, and the truck is going to require 108 liter of diesel. Okay, a truck requires how many liter of diesel? 108 liters of a diesel. And what's happening over here for the truck? So it's going to require 108 liter of diesel, and along with that, what's happening? So how much diesel will be required by the truck you have to find. Okay, and to cover the distance, so they had given you the distance, and to cover that distance, what is the liter required you have to find. Let's go with the solution now. Diesel required per kilometer, required per kilometer, which is equal to 108 divided by 594. You're gonna get 0.1818 liter. Okay, so therefore I can tell the total diesel required. So what is the total diesel required? That is equal to 1650 into 0.1818. You're gonna get 300 liter when you multiply these two numbers. So I can tell my option C is the correct answer. Going on to your next question, 44th question, you have to find the SI. They had given you the PRT. Use the formula PRT by 100. What is the principal? 5000. And they had given you your 7.5 period. 7.5. I'm just writing like that. Time is 3 divided by 100 as it is. So it is nothing but 5000 into 7 2s are 14 plus 1, 15 into 3 divided by 100 into 2. 2020 will get cancelled, and then you're gonna get the final answer 1125 rupees. Further, you can 2 1s are 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 225 into 15 into 3. You're gonna get 1125 rupees. Okay, so now let me go on with your next question. All of you have a look into your next question. The angles. Okay, the angles of a triangle are in the ratio of 1:2:3, and you have to find the value of the angle. So what is the value of the angles you have to find? And they had given you the triangles are, the value of a triangle are there in the ratio of 1:2:3, and you have to find what is the value of it. So let us go with the solution now. So all of you can have a look into the solution. Okay, so 1 is to 2 is to 3, which is equal to 180 degree. That means the value of a triangle. Let me name it as x, x, x. So 1x plus 2x plus 3x is equal to 180 degree. 3, 4, 5 plus 1, 6x is equal to 180 degree. X is equal to 180 degree by 6. You're gonna get 30 degree. So now 1x into 30, the 1x is equal to 1 into 30. You're gonna get 30 degree, and then you have 2x, which is equal to 2 into 30, which is equal to 60 degree, and then you have 3x, which is equal to 3 into 30 degree. You're gonna get 3 3s are 9, 90 degree. So 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, that is nothing but your option A is the correct answer. Okay, so hope you all got with your 45th question. Now I'll go with your 46th question. All of you have a look into your 46th question. One number is been going to exceed the another number by 36. Okay, one number is going to exceed the another number by 36, and you have to find the sum of the numbers. They have given you as 48, and you have to find the numbers. So we don't know the first number, so let the first number be x. Therefore, we can tell the second number is x plus 36. So therefore, I can tell x plus 36 is nothing but 48. X plus x is 2x plus 36 is equal to 48. 2x is equal to 12. That is 48 minus 36 is 12. So x is equal to 12 by 2, which is going to get you a 6. So now you got to know the first number. With the help of the first number, we can find the second number, that is x plus 36. That is 6 plus 36 is 42. So your option C is the correct answer, since your first number and second numbers are 42 and the 6. And moving on to your 47th question. So all of you have a look into your 47th question. What does your 47th question is going to tell you? At which one of the time of the angle between the hands of a clock are exactly one? Okay, are exactly one in a straight angle. They're asking this question. Let me draw a clock and let me explain you this one. So let me draw the clock. Here it will be the 12, and here it will be the 3, here it will be the 9, and here it will be the 6. And here you can just see a straight line between the 12 and the 6, isn't it? And now here you can observe, here it is a 180 degree, isn't it? So we can tell at 6 a.m. So at 6 a.m. you can see a angle between the hands of the clock. Each one is a straight angle. Is this a straight angle? Yes or no? Yes, it is a straight angle. That means at 6 o'clock, whether it is the AM or PM, whatever it might be. Okay. So at 6 a.m. we can just see the 6 o'clock at a straight angle. So going on to your next question. So all of you have a look into your next question. What does your next question is going to represent? And your next question is going to represent that 26 kg 5 gram using the concept of decimal. So with the using the concept of decimal, you have to find what is the value of it. So let us me go on to your next question, that is your 48th question. So all of you have a look into your 48. You're gonna get 26.05 as an answer. Ma'am, how? 26 kg. Okay, so what is 21 kg? 1 kg is equal to how many grams? You just find out. Okay, once you find out 1 kg is equal to how many grams, then you have to find it in a required decimal. See, I'm going to tell you like how you have to do. Listen to me. So that is 26 kg plus 5 kg, which is equal to 26 kg plus 5 by 1000 kg. Let us convert this into kg only. So 26 kg plus 0.005 kg, which will give you 26.005 kg. So your answer is option B. Option B is your correct answer. Okay, so hope everybody got with your 48th question. So now let me go with your 49th question. So all of you can have a look into your 49th question now. Just a minute. Yes, we're all stepping on to the last part of your paper, 49. That is 30 man can do a piece of work in 16 days. Okay, to complete one piece of work, 30 people are taking 16 days. Okay, that is men 1 and the day 1 I'm going to mention. Men 1, that is 30 days, days 16. And when the other people are taking 8 days, and you have to find the day over here. So that is M1 D1, men and day 1 will be equal to men 2 and the day 2. That is 30 into 16 will be equal to 8 into day 2, which is nothing but day 2 is equal to 30 into 16 divided by 8, which is equal to 60 days. That means your option D is the correct answer. And moving on to your last question in the paper. Wow, we have been stepped on to the last step. You all can listen to the last question. So what does your last question is going to tell you? We'll just see to that. Okay, the temperature dropped 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, and in the last 30 days, if the temperature drop remains the same, you have to find the degree of the temperature in the next 10 days. So that is rate of temperature drop will be equal to 15 degree in 30 days, which is nothing but 0.5 degree Celsius per day. It's been dropping. Therefore, I can tell the temperature which is going to drop in next 10 days. So in next 10 days, it's going to drop for 0.5 into 10, which is equal to 5 degree Celsius. Okay, so you can copy down this. And students, these are the solutions for your mathematics mock test 1 in your Science exam. And we have solved nearly 50 questions in this chapter. And thank you.